Okay. Hi, this is Linda Hayden from Raspberry Road, and today I'm going to show you how to make this card. As you can see, it flips open and slides over. Double message. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. To begin with, I always give people a little tutorial and tell you exactly what tools you're going to need, what paper you're going to need to get you started. So we're going to need cardstock, both a colored and a white. You'll need one each of 8.5 by 11. You'll need decorative sparkle cardstock or something contrasting to it. You need a paper trimmer, a score pal, a bone folder. I use the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer because it has a score mark right in it. You'll need dies or punches for the circles and the balloons. For the dies, I use the Dynamic Steel dies because I like the double stitching on them. And these are the two we're going to use today. The punches I'm going to use is the Stampin' Up! Punch right here. And that does both size balloons on that for your card. And then there'll be adhesive and string for the embellishments, inks, whatever you like to add. I'm going to show you a basic card today so that you'll be able to expand and do your own thing on it after this. So let me put this aside and let's get started. With the color stock, we are going to need first, on the 8.5 by 11 sheet, trim it in half, and you're going to need 4.25 by 5.5 inches, and that'll be part of the front. And then the longer piece will be 4.25 by 8.5, and then you're going to score it at 4.25 for the fold, and that'll be the back piece. On the white cardstock, the front piece will be 3 inches by 4.25 inches, and you're going to score it, as you can see I marked right here, at 1/4 inch, and then I put some score pal tape down, just a strong adhesive. And then the other white piece is going to be 4.25 by 5.75, and you're going to score it at 5.25, and again put the score pal tape down so it really holds. Okay, let's move this aside and get started. I've done all the cutting on this card so that it'll go smoother and easier and faster for you guys watching, rather than have you watch me dully do all the die cutting on it. So this was the front piece, as you remember, the two front pieces. So we're going to take off the score pal tape. You see how I'm picking at it? The best way to do any kind of heavy duty is adhesive on tape is to first use your bone folder and then use your picker tool. And don't go at the end, go away from the end, and see how that just pulls it right up. Makes it easy and you're not struggling anymore. And the best way to adhere this is go right to your score line. Make sure it's even before you press it down. See, mine wasn't. And put it down. And again, to make a strong adhesive, use your bone folder. And there you go, and this is going to be the front of your card. For the back of the card, use the colored cardstock as we showed you there. And again, use your bone folder on your adhesive and then use the picker. And any picker will do. Also, another tip, if you have extra adhesive here on any size, rather than trying to cut it off, just fold it back onto the card. See? And we do the same thing, matching up the fold on that. And then pressing with the bone folder. And then you'll never lose it. It'll be right there whenever you need it. You can see how that works. And we're going to end up C-folding this. But for now, this is what it looks like, the long extended piece. Okay? So now, what's next? Well, what is next is actually punching the holes. So you've got your front piece. And what you do is you turn it over, and you can see this is just a sample. I've used it many times, so it's a little dirty. And you take the smallest of your two circles and you center it here and then punch that out. Okay? Now you've got your front piece punched. Then you take your inside piece and you zigzag it like this. And you lay the front piece, don't adhere it yet, but you lay the front piece on it, and what you're matching up is this edge. Don't try to match up your folds, just that front end. And then you'll take a circle and mark that on your cardstock, colored cardstock, and then you go ahead and punch that out. Then you'll flip it over, and again, this is normally a solid piece, and you'll use your pencil, and you'll die cut that right there, and now you've got all your 3 holes punched, okay? And this second piece ends up like a zigzag like this. So when we take our piece that we adhered before, make that same zigzag, and go like that. So you're all set with your zigzag here. Now is when you're going to first ink up your sentiments, okay? And they're going to go right through the hole. So I use ink that matches the colored cardstock. On this one you can see we used a blue ink on it, and this one is going to be in the black ink. Now how do you again get it right in place? Take your front or your circles. On the back part you could do just these, and you again use your pencil mark really lightly because you'll erase it later. Now you could use happy birthday sentiments or whatever you prefer, but I want it to be a little bit different. So for this birthday card I wrote enjoy today on the front and celebrate now on the inside. Even though this is the back of the card, the sentiment, the first sentiment you'll see will be on the back of the card. Let me show you on here again. So when it's closed, it's going to be enjoy today, and that's going to actually come through from the back. So what you want to do is open up your card. Here's my pencil marks, and you're going to stamp enjoy today. Now you could use any sentiment you want, but I did want to show you this little tool, and it's a stamping pad. It's a Sizzix Secret Weapon. You can get it both at Sizzix and Stamps of Life. And in this case, I just used VersaFine Onyx Black ink. You could use anything, but by using this pad to stamp this stamp on it, it came out perfectly. See? And then I would just take my pencil and erase the pencil mark. Okay? See how nicely that erases? You never see it. And then on the next piece, Celebrate Now, again use the same ink, and I simply put this through to here, sneak it all the way in, there we go, and I made my pencil mark, and that's on the inside front piece, but it is the back sentiment, and I celebrate that, and then I will just erase that. Now, how do you adhere this together so you've got the nice little fold on this card going? This will actually go towards your back, and what you really want to pay attention to at this point is matching up these 2 front pieces, just like that. And then you will see through to your back sentiment. If you look at it sideways, you can see how it comes apart there. This is the way you're going to adhere it. And then the first thing you do is take this flap off and use your tape adhesive on here, and then lace this down here. Get it tight up so the edges match. And then that's going to fold on underneath, and you've got your card. And every time you open it, if I had that glued down, it would slide over like that, just like we do on this card. So let me show you that again. Okay? And it's just going to slide over like that, time and time again. So now how do we decorate it? I already have these also die cut out, and I wanted to show you how I did them. Since I had a black and white card, I decided I was going to use the sparkly white sticker paper. And first I did my 3 rings, and the way to do the three rings is really simple. You just place the 2 together, the smaller in the next size up ring, and die cut. You can't see these, but they do have the stitching on. Other paper shows up better. And what you're going to end up with is this ring. And where we're going to place them is the 3 rings on each of the cards like this. See how that looks so nice on the black? So we'll be doing that on the black cards that we just made. And as you can see with this blue one, ring, ring, ring. I use liquid adhesive for those. Now the next thing you want to do is make your little balloons, but think of this as putting a flower or anything down. And these balloons were die cut with the punched out, and I've got 1 large and 1 small. And on the back I just took some baker's twine, a little bit of this adhesive down, and then because I want to pop them up, I'm going to put a pop dot on there. Okay, and then I will place these onto the card just like this, and then I tied a little string bow, and with the glue dot I'll place the bow right there. So this is an easy way to make a Peekaboo slider card. It's not original with me. You can look at dawnstampingthoughts.net, and I'll link to that below. She was the originator of this card. But now you've got the